This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Yes, you had the 2000s version where you only had one bolt top and bottom, and that new head case connected to the chassis. That's good. They said it would. New cover. And
Yep.
did you have to drill a couple of holes to get that trim on?
I did not. Actually, the two holes closest to the latch itself lined up perfectly with my my outer trim. The what kind of bolts do you call those? The
Flex bolts?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they lined up good. I did not have to drill or do anything. So I was somewhat pleased. So I just wanted to call and tell you thank you, and you saved the day for us.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call, and I promise to pay it forward.
Okay, and then I got a couple other doors at the church. They don't use them that much, but if they choose to repair those, I'll be getting back in touch with you.
I'll be here, sir. Thank you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, so that conversation was just the victory lap of the client letting me know that it worked. So what the client started with was all of this. Client send me these photos. Well, this is definitely, could be a mid-2000s Monarch. It could be a 90s Monarch. I don't know the vintage, but it's definitely not the current Falcon version because they've redesigned it. That's the center case. Let's look at the pictures that the client sent. More pictures of a Monarch exit. The back of the center case. Another picture of the center case. The back side of the exit device. The center case latched. That's definitely a Monarch strike. The template. Okay. Now, so the client's original conversation was, hey, I've got this old exit device. I need a new head case for it because I think he said a spring broke. That spring looks definitely out of place. That's there. I don't know that. Could be a problem here. I'm not sure. I don't recall. But he needed to replace this, and he said, can I use the center case assembly from the new device? And I said, you know, I've been asked this many times, and I think that it will work, but I have to be sure. So I contacted the factory, and I said, I wish to replace the head case on this 19 series. Is the balance of the exit device, namely the touchpad assembly and the chassis, compatible from this older model with the modern head case assembly, or will the client be relegated to an entire new exit device replacement? Images here. Those are the pictures we just looked at. This is literally the factory's response. You can replace the center case of the Monarch 19 with the current Falcon 19. Okay. But you would need to replace the outside trim and drill 2 new holes in the door because the center to center of the mounting post has changed by 1 inch. Okay. So now what was interesting about that, what wasn't actually also said was that the head case cover would have to be replaced, which admittedly my customer called that out, thankfully. And here's the amended Q&A with a link to it. So you have to have the center case cover kit with screws as well, which is seen here. So you need the cover. Now, let's look at the template. And the manufacturer did say that we would have to re-drill stuff. And this is the new template, or for the modern head case. And if we simply refer back to the client's original head case, you only got 2 screws. So what the client said, as you heard, it fit here and here, and you know, the client said he didn't have to re-drill holes. The factory says the holes are off an inch. And obviously, I don't know because I've never tried. I would have to think the templating is different. Maybe, I don't know. And until I try, I won't know myself. I don't know if I'll ever have an opportunity to actually field check that. So the purpose of this video is if you are converting from a Monarch to a Falcon, the original concern was that the chassis was compatible with the new center case, and for sure what we've established is absolutely it is. You're going to need the center case, you're going to need the cover. I would go so far as to say you could probably count on having to rework something a little bit, even though the client said nope, did not have to do it at all. That's awesome, and hopefully this does shed some light on any sort of work you're trying to do. And the cost of the center case is not very much in the sense of what an entire new device is. So if you had to buy the center case assembly and the cover for that, I mean, you're $100, and you've got the business end of the exit device. You know, that's awesome. Great. Any questions on Monarch or Falcon exit devices, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.